Apparition. The racket of too many crows answered by a single raven's cry, higher. You try to draw something out of it, as if the evening sky were a window that kept opening to let sound through, or a door slowly closing. And if window, which of its sides would you find yourself on? Which side, if door? Time certainly passes. The sky seems rather to close than to open. To the apparent lightness, the clouds, a raven adds the shifting weight of its wing. You almost believe you can live with such uncertainty, not succumb to the image of a raven swarmed by crows, and all the words that calls forth, and the silence after. Frog. As if you were witness, eyes all on us, and ears hidden on us too. My lamentations, your lamentations, witness to what? The mosquitoes go on today as if nothing had happened, leaving their infuriating mark that marks nothing, the nothing that's happened to us. Frog, why don't you eat them? Stick your tongue out, say something, eat them. Just don't turn your back on us now that the mosquitoes have made our dreams start to burn closer and closer to the surface of sleep, and the itch radiate out from the brain and lower, so low that when we wake we blush for real shame. Witness to all of it, frog, why don't you say something, come out of hiding and make this awful silence pass? An iguana climbs slow motion through the liana up the palm tree, tail a mock air root, lime green, breathing the heat in slowly for hours. Later, in less, more beautiful light, though time here and light seem to matter no more nor less than they do elsewhere, two tourists of indeterminate sex push and are pushed through chest-high water in a semblance of love the water's surface complicates. Someone behind a palm tree is watching. Could it be me behind the half-parted curtains thinking it you? Humidity and heat have split the air itself into impossible atoms that recombine into something only a little more likely, a shadow, a fleeting thought, caught and held just enough to make first the eye, then the mind unsure again. Particles of light add up to a shifting contour, waves of green on the green of liana or rumpled sheet on which a body stirs or appears to stir, then disappears, nothing again, in the complex shadows of the lianas or palm tree or bed where the iguana was, shifting higher or deeper back into where this began. Mexican dogs. Perros, already the poets have made much of you, not that you're much to behold, nor that you do much to stir us to love you or fear. For the most part, you seem content to lie in the shade of walls or cars, and hardly care if the walls threaten to come tumbling down or the cars start up. Passive in the heat of day and amorous presumably by night, you leave the dugs of the perras swollen. Or are you depressive day and night, near suicidal? When men pass by, you look up sadly, checking for the hidden rock. When women approach with empty hands, you look sad also, but less alone. Night fishing. 1. Two lights bob on what looks like nothing and must be water, or bounce on the nothing that water is. They make for a poor constellation, hardly enough to let us navigate through the night or our dream of the silent fish in silence nibbling away at it. We assume the fish in darkness approach the light the way deer do, or the proverbial moths, much larger here, so their light struggle comes fiercer. And the fishermen, the hunters, take them easily. Easy for them. But see no men, no hunters, no fish, except in the dream. If there's agony between anything here, it's between light and dark, as it always is. 2. As Pacheco said, Only Spanish, so far as he knew, makes a distinction between fish and fish caught, between fish and catch, pescado. And maybe it follows in some language that fishing differs also from fishing, differs not the way night and day do, but more like waiting and receiving, like bite and tug on the line, or tug on the line and something at its end hauled in.